Good morning. Today we are going to do a day 2 of evaluating expressions. Let's start with example 1. Just like last time, we're going to circle the value of the variable. After we circle its value, we're going to draw an arrow to the variable in the expression. The only difference here is that we have two different instances of that variable. So where do we draw the arrow? To the one on the left or to the one on the right? We're actually going to draw the arrow to both. Now we're going to copy the expression, but instead of the variable, we're going to put its value. So not x, but 10. Copy the rest, plus parentheses, not x, but 10. Copy the plus, copy the 1. If you want to put parentheses around each 10, you can, but in this case it doesn't make any difference. So following PEMDAS, the P in PEMDAS stands for parentheses. So we're going to do what's inside the parentheses first. 10 plus 1 is 11. Copy the rest of the expression. 10 plus 11, 21. Now we have two variables and two instances of the same variable. Once again, we're going to circle each number and draw an arrow. Every time I see a y, I'm replacing it with what number? 10. I'm going to get a different color here. Let's get green. Every time I see a z, I'm going to replace it with -2. In this case, there are two different z's. So now y is actually 10. Copy the parentheses. Z is -2 plus z is still -2, and we're going to square that. Now when we're squaring z, we're squaring everything that is z. Not just the negative, not just the 2, but both. So that's why we need parentheses. That tells us we're multiplying -2 times -2 to get a positive 4. That happens to be our first step because it's in the parentheses, and exponents come right after parentheses anyway. Bring down the parentheses, bring down -2 plus, bring down the 10. What's -2 plus 4? That's 2, because we're still working within the parentheses, the first step of PEMDAS, the first letter. Bring down the parentheses, bring down the 10. Now that we have 10 next to 2, when things are next to each other in math, what does it mean? Multiplication. 10 groups of 2. 10 parentheses 2, 10 twos, 10 groups of 2 is 20. Now we're going to work on question number 1. It says evaluate. -2 parentheses x squared plus x, close parentheses, minus 3, when x is equal to -4. The first step is to circle the value of the variable. The value of x in this case is -4. I'm going to draw an arrow to every single x in the expression. So now we have -2 parentheses, not x squared, but -4 squared. Don't forget your parentheses because you're not just squaring the 4, you're also multiplying the negative by itself. You're squaring the negative. Now we're doing plus x again, in this case is -4, close parentheses, minus 3. According to PEMDAS, we start within these parentheses. Within those parentheses, we have exponents, which comes next. So -4 squared is -4 times -4 makes a positive 16. Bring down the rest of the expression. Now we're still doing what's in the parentheses. We have 16 plus a -4, so that's going to be 12. Bring down the parentheses, bring down -3, bring down -2 next to the parentheses. Now we have two things next to each other, and we have a -3. What would we do first? Well, the two things next to each other, what operation is that? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Multiplication. So we're going to put a little multiplication dot in there because there's an invisible dot. So -2 times 12 is -24. Bring down the -3. -24 minus 3 is -27. The next question says, evaluate p squared times m divided by 4 when m equals 4 and p equals -7. So if p is -7, we're going to circle it and put it in for that p. We're going to circle m equals 4. 4 goes in for the m. Now we're going to copy the expression, but no letters. We're replacing them with numbers. P is -7. Don't forget your parentheses. You're squaring a negative number. It makes a difference. When in doubt, you can always put parentheses when you're substituting. 4 in for the m divided by 4. Now we're going to do parentheses first. So inside the parentheses, we have 4 divided by 4. That's 1. Bring down the parentheses. Bring down the -7 squared. After parentheses, we have exponents. -7 squared is 49. It's positive. Parentheses 1. Now we just have 49 groups of 1, which is 49 times 1. That's 49. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in class.